Swerve Strickland, the AEW World Champion, versus Bryan Danielson. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. As much as this match will be good, because you have two great wrestlers in Swerve Strickland and Bryan Danielson, I personally would have not booked this match for All In. It doesn't have that stadium aura vibe to it. For me, personally, I would have rather had Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay happen at All In instead of Forbidden Door, or Swerve Strickland and Adam Page revisiting their feud, their blood feud from last year. That would have been made more sense, and they could have escalated it to a hardcore match, because these two cannot stand each other because of what happened last year in their feud. It was so personal. But we're getting Bryan Danielson, and we've only heard Swerve Strickland talk. We haven't heard Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland talk to each other in the ring the same way we had Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay talk to each other in the ring. Again,
I think those guys. I think Strickland and Will Ospreay, they made their feud look a little bit more personal. I think at this point in time, a lot of us understand that Daniel Bryan is basically going through his dream match card. So they need to make it look like legit, but at the same time, you know what the score is. This match is basically to make sure to say that Daniel Bryan has had a match with Swerve Strickland. That's it.
Would you consider that a dream match, though? I personally would. I would have put them in a match for the title, but not on a pay-per-view. I would have put them on a Dynamite.
Yeah. I think Dynamite could use it.
It would have been a draw.
I think Dynamite could use it. Yeah.
Because they're dropping in ratings, they need people to watch their weekly show. This, as an advertised main event, or as they love to use this name that I absolutely despise, Eliminator match, which makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I saw the shot of us discussing it the last time.
Yeah, guys, you've seen the shot. You haven't seen it. Link in description. But yeah, don't do that. Tell us Eliminator. You're telling us who's going to win. You're literally telling us that this person, we want to take him out of the top because he's at the top of the ranking. So let's just have an Eliminator. Get rid of him so we can get onto the storyline that we really want him to be in. And sometimes they'll do this while the champ is in a feud with someone. Their match has been for a pay-per-view, and you're having a title match and calling it Eliminator. What is the point of this? What is the point of this? At least Ring of Honor, they'll have a match called a Proving Ground match, where it's a non-title match. If you beat the champion, you earn a future title match. That makes sense to me. But in Eliminator, you're putting line.
I think it's because it's got that negative connotation of using the word Eliminator in it. That means you're trying to take out the challenger instead of saying this challenger has an actual opportunity and a chance to do something else with this.
It could be used as a draw if you just said this has title implications for our next pay-per-view. You know, instead of this guy facing the champion, he could be facing that guy instead. Then it makes sense in terms of storyline, even though it doesn't have a hell's in chance of winning. We know you're trying to make it make sense. But here you're basically telling us outright, don't bother to watch this match because we're telling you before it happens who's going to win. We're basically doing a Tony Schiavone, Eric Bischoff from Nitro in 1999. We're telling you, we're giving away the results, you know, at the top of the card. We're telling you this is an Eliminator match. So why? Anyways, I am not looking forward to this match. I'm sure Bryan Danielson, Swerve Strickland will give us a good match, but I'm not looking forward to it. It's not a match I will put in the pay-per-view, but I'm going for Swerve Strickland for the win. It's guaranteed Danielson's not going to win the title, and that's where my prediction stands. I don't know about you.
Now I'll go with the same, but at some point, Bryan needs to He's saying it up, man. He's got a family he need to go and look after. He needs that. Yeah. At some point, we need. John Cena came out. He understands his limitations. Daniel Bryan needs to do the same thing. Man, that dude got kids.
Do you realize everyone's retired? Batista retired, Sting retired, John Cena's retiring, Bryan Danielson's going to retire this year, at the end of this year. Man, childhood is dying. Well,
that's okay. That's okay. Because Ric Flair will still come back to wrestle at some point.
Well, at least we're guaranteed that the one person who will never come back for another match and call it a retirement match again is Terry Funk.